Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Monkey Brains podcast. I'm Amber.
I'm Thea.
I'm Jem.
I am River.
And I am Soul.
Yay! Everyone's
Whee!
here.
Yeah.
Onion.
Yes.
I hate you. I hate you.
Hey, yo, Joe.
They got onion on it.
I
Well, you
wish
better go
you the
catch it.
worst in life.
Have you guys seen that fucking video? It's a guy at a drive-through, and he's like, "Can
You
I get a
are
burger?
all
No." He's like, "Can I get a
the
burger
light
with
of
no
heaven.
pickle? No pickle, no onion." And then the girl on the other side is like,
I should have never brought up onions.
With
Yo, I do remember that video. He's like, no pickle, no onion. I
and the girl
love
on the
that
other
one.
end immediately responds with, "No pickle, no onion," and they both start cracking up.
It's a good video, cause no onion. But then again, if there's no onion, who gonna pick up when it rang? That is the
Welcome
question
back
of
to
the hour.
podcast, guys.
well,
Welcome back to the Monkey Brains podcast.
back.
My name is.
It's
You already
another-
know
it's,
it.
It's
It doesn't
the new-
matter.
It's the
It is.
first podcast episode of the new year.
oh
A New
yeah.
Year? What are your
Welcome,
New Year's?
happy
New Year's
happy New
resolutions?
Year. Welcome New Year.
Feliz
New
Año
Year.
Nueva.
The
Da,
hound.
da, da,
I don't
da.
know.
Feliz Año Nueva. Da, 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 da.
Awesome, man.
Da-da-da-da.
Also, to just to say, if to the no people watching this episode, if I sound tired, it's because I just came back from. I went to my
You are.
grandma's house for the day. We originally were going to go earlier, but my mom was sick and we had to delay it until today. Currently the 3rd of January. So, if I sound more tired than usual, that's why. I also got 4 hours of sleep last night, so that doesn't help. But, you know,
Ooh.
Don't do that.
I didn't want to. I fell asleep
That-
early, and then I woke up early and couldn't get back to sleep. So,
Happens
I
to
hate
the worst
when
of
that
us.
happens.
yeah. So,
Um,
Probably
I'm
the best of us
tired
too, but I
today,
wouldn't know about
but-
that.
luckily, talking doesn't take too much of my energy, so I should at least be able to conversation.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I did not get the most sleep last night. I remember going to bed normal time at 10, and I woke up at 3, and I was like, okay. And
You didn't
I
get
just,
sleep? Fuck.
well, I mean, like in this day and age,
there's no
probably
time
not.
for sleep.
No. I woke up and I chose
You got
grind,
time
and
for
I
that.
did a career in Mamasume.
What you chose is brain rot, which is what you
No,
default
I
to.
chose El Condor Pasa. That's the career I
That's
ran.
the correct choice.
That is the correct choice.
Sleep or
Um,
El Condor Pasa.
Sleep for El Condor Plus.
which
I'm like-
way, Western man?
Absolute
I'm-
Mexican.
Sleepwalking with a bottle of hot sauce in my hands. That's what I was doing. Mama Sume in the other. The shit ain't nothing to me, man.
Hot sauce
The
in
ops
one
wa-
hand and El Condor Pasa plush in the other.
The ops wanted motivation, so I blew up the entire quadrant. I'm moving like Oppenheimer.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
This ain't nothing to me, man.
We're smoking that straight symbiote. Got 12 increments of Marnie Jane smoking on that Scooby-Doo dick.
Don't care if I go blind. I don't need
About
to see the
fucking
price
quote
tag.
that one. I was just about to fucking quote that one. Straight smoking this Scooby Doo dick. This shit ain't nothing.
God,
to
that
me,
one
man.
was so funny.
Jem is slowly injecting the Dracula flow into his system, and
I watched
it
a
is
little
very
bit of it.
pleasing.
I got 10 minutes into it while I was in the bathroom. Yeah.
Nice try.
No,
It
it's
is.
not a try. I'll get through it. I'll get through it all.
Yeah,
Good luck.
it's a nice like
I don't
36,
know what you're
37
talking about.
minutes.
My brain is dead.
It's Dracula Flow is probably
Like
one of the
I
most
know that
like
you told me about
culturally
it.
like yeah, it's one of the most like culturally defining pieces in my
Your
personal schematic.
person.
This
Honestly,
shit
it's
they
probably one of those things that I've heard about before, but just don't know
I remember I
funnily
watched a bit of it
if that makes sense.
like a few years ago. I guess it didn't stick
mhm.
with me as much as it did with you. At least not
Well,
at the time.
the thing is that I found Dracula Flow after watching a spoof of it called Oompa Loompa Flow.
Oh
I've
yeah.
I've talked about Oompa Loompa Flow, I believe, not on the podcast, but with you
You have
guys.
not.
And
You have not.
oh, well, not with you probably. So
I've heard it. I've heard about it.
yeah. So essentially, it's this guy who apparently ran for a position of office. Um, I forget where. I think it might have been in either Canada or Pittsburgh. I'm trying to remember, but essentially, This guy dresses up as an Oompa Loompa, and for like 9 minutes, he does the same shit as Dracula does in Dracula Flow, which is spitting out one-liners, which are
Oh yes, you have told me about this.
very, very like. Some of them are very loosely tied in with the Dracula theme, except with Oompa Loompa Flow, like most of the bars are actually intertwined with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which
Does that make it more or less funny?
I I I find them equally funny, but Dracula
Mm.
Flow resonated with me more, I think, because one, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more of it, actually, not to
I
it,
don't
of
know
it.
how I feel about the implication of you.
How did it
Like,
resonate with you?
yeah, I was gonna say of it like resonating with you. I don't know how I feel about that.
What about it resonated?
The bugs, they're back.
What? I don't think you're okay.
It's another zinger of
You're not okay.
it's another this shit ain't nothing to me, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that you need help.
I think a lot of people in this day and age need help,
Yeah,
but
I need help.
I'm finding ways to hustle through
Dude,
it.
this is kind of
You know what
unrelated, but I
I need
really
in
need
this
your
day
help
and
right
age?
now.
What I
Do you
need in
need
this
help?
day and age is
Okay.
Tylenol and McDonald's. I'm gonna get McDonald's actually. I'm gonna pull up DoorDash.
We're
Right
on the podcast.
Well, I mean, I guess you
Getting
could look at
DoorDash.
DoorDash,
I'm
but like,
hungry.
don't leave, please.
I might have to.
River,
No.
podcast. Why didn't you do this in the time
Podcasting.
that Amber wasn't here?
Yeah, I
If
guess
I
you
can-
had
if I can-
you had like an hour and a half of grace.
Yeah, if I can push my dinner back to be on the podcast, so can you. Oh wait, no, sorry, my bad. Your lunch. My fault.
This is gonna be dinner. I think.
This is gonna be dinner? Okay, then my point stands from my previous point stands. Undo the correction. What's the fucking thing for undoing?
Control Z.
Alt, Control Z.
Control Z.
It's Control Z.
Oh, okay.
Control Y.
I have to undo a lot of things in my life, so I know how to use it.
Gotcha. I was actually Control Zing a lot because of stuff, but I don't want to get off track. Fia, what do you need help?
Fia.
You said you needed help.
Oh no, it's a reference to a tweet.
It's
A
a
tweet?
it's a tweet.
It's where the guy,
it's a-
yeah, a guy.
It's a. I don't remember what the initial tweet about, but it's like a.
But like some
reply
guy
from-
replies with,
It's Mevin's
sorry.
Odyssey.
yeah, with,
Mevin's Odyssey just replies to the tweet like, dude, this is unrelated, but I need your help right now, and like, and
it's funny.
like, I don't even know what I don't even know if we ever found out what he needed help with.
Dude, this is unreal.
So I just
But I really
I just
need
thought
your
it was
help
an
right now.
appropriate place to say it. It wasn't, but it could have been if you believed. If you have believed in me.
One of many of the Mevin's Odyssey classic
Yeah.
tweets.
Mevins. This is a certified Mevins classic.
Exactly.
Found just searched it up right now, and I am finding quite a lot of images that are also attached with the dude. I know this is unrelated, but I need your help right now. This was one of actually no, this was just a picture I found like in the
It's
sea of stuff that was actually
completely
unrelated.
That is really unrelated. That is like a very popular
Like, just
meme I've seen.
completely unrelated, but I need your help right now.
That is not related to being unrelated. How'd you do it?
I like how
I got
I
planned.
like how that
I got planned.
image has the fucking like very transparent like YouTube progress bar.
Yeah. I was just about to say that
Oh,
what
did you see
you're
it?
I was just about to make that observation, but you beat me to it. Curses!
You know, for
A
a second,
curse upon
that's
ye.
curses. Oh, you know, going back to Dracula Flow just for a little bit. Look, hold on. It's actually kind of cool.
Okay,
Like a good like week and a half,
It better be.
a good like week and a half ago, I was looking through the was it Plum Corp's yeah, I was going through Plum Corp's, the company associated with Dracula Flow. Not that they produced Dracula Flow for anything other than like promoting a bit of merch, but
Wait,
they're associated.
So hang on.
It's
Is
a- it's a-
Dracula
it's a-
Flow just a publicity stunt for merch sales?
Yeah, it's just a thing that they made
it's
for to sell shirts,
To sell shirts,
Oh, wow.
and it's
That's
really
kind of...
and it
Wait.
works very well.
it works very well because the content that they made is really fucking
Welcome to
funny, at least to me.
Welcome to corporate America, where Soul is getting brain rotted from a fucking advertisement.
But the thing is that like the content is so good, it actually works as an advertising thing.
Okay, but
You
I
are
would-
disturbingly susceptible to propaganda.
Not propaganda. If it
I
would
was
be
just about to say
propaganda, it would
that.
have a message.
Yo,
I don't think Dracula Flow has a
The
message.
The
message is to
on
buy
right
Dracula
now.
Flow merch.
The Dracula agenda will
Don't say that.
prevail.
Why?
But I didn't get to say the thing. So unfortunately, the Dracula Flow line of merch is sold out on Plum Corp's actual
So it
website.
worked.
Yeah.
Which means it worked. Which honestly, props to them because that
You know
shit is
what?
funny
I'm
as
gonna
fuck.
be
I would
so
buy a
honest.
shirt.
I'm gonna be so honest. Before I
Yeah.
like when I first found out about Dracula Flow, I thought it was just some fucking stupid ad
Mhm.
living from like a D&D session or something.
Really?
Yeah, I had no context of what it was or like anything. I just thought it was some stupid like off the cuff improv that someone did.
That would have
Sure.
probably been more funny, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can see where you could get that because
like
it's literally, I
like
think,
some
only
Eggman's announcement type shit.
it's
Yeah,
only
like, that would have
it's
been
only
funny.
it's only
Mm.
Dracula Flow 5 where they actually ended off where they show the bit of the merch at the very end. But in regards to what I was gonna say, I managed to find some pretty renowned like printing companies, and I found one that had a lot of repertoire, and I bought
I don't think that's how
a
you
shirt.
use that.
I don't
don't
know
think that's-
either. It
It
Okay.
had a lot
it
of
has,
repertoire.
It had a lot of repertoire.
Okay, it has a lot of credibility. All right, they got a lot of people buying stuff from their printing, and so I decided to get me one of the original like Dracula float designs on a black shirt, and I have to say, this shirt is comfy. This shirt has the logo.
Stop advertising to
It's
us.
pretty good. Look, I'm not telling anybody to go buy this shirt. I did this because I love Dracula Flow. Support what you like. That's what I'm gonna say. But this shirt, I love this shirt. It it falls in with my beliefs, and so I'm going to proudly wear it.
That sounds like
mean,
one of those. Wait, that sounds like one of those questions that you'd get like while scrolling Twitter about an ad. You'd be like, "Does Dracula flow fall in line with your beliefs?"
Yeah, this shit ain't nothing to me, man. It says so on the bottom, and it's so cool.
Is that what the shirt says?
It is what the shirt says. It says
Of course it
Dracula
is.
flow.
Yeah, because the
Dracula-
dude says it like
Never
20
wear this
billion
in
times
public.
in the video.
It's like top text
You sound
Dracula,
very
bottom text
enthused.
flow. It has the guy on there. It's like a really cool decal. And then the very bottom with some chains down underneath the actual decal. In the middle of the two chains it says, "This shit ain't nothing to me, man." And it's so good.
I'm glad that you're happy.
I think it's a tough shirt. I think I like the shirt.
Let me actually
I'm glad
pull
that
up-
you're happy about
No.
it.
Well, I already put the shirt in the chat in case y'all wanted to see it. Because I wanted
Oh,
to.
that was what that was.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
the picture was for. I'll go ahead and I'll just quickly bump it.
Sorry it took me this long to put two and two together.
It's okay. Where the fuck is
I probably
the little
shouldn't have. I will
There we
live in
go.
shame for the rest of my life. Fuck.
This shit ain't nothing to me. This is a terrible picture I took. Holy shit. But like, I like this. This shirt ain't nothing to me, man. Actually, it is something.
Wouldn't
to
it
me.
be
That's
this
why I
shirt
bought
is
it.
everything to you, man?
This shirt is everything to me,
this,
man.
This shirt is everything to me, man. I love this
It's
shirt.
kind of sad.
Well, I mean, it's not like. Well, obviously, it's not everything, but it's definitely a big.
This shirt is something to me.
It is a big happiness purchase, I will say.
That is
Very
honestly
happy.
pretty real. I understand the feeling of getting a shirt and being like, this is the coolest shirt in the world and I love
It's
it, and
so-
I would kill thousands for
Yeah.
this shirt.
Just in general, or
I just for the shirt.
Like, I mean, isn't it? I mean, it would technically be like. Isn't it technically like? Well, actually, never
Like
mind.
my Splatoon shirt.
No, I was gonna make a point of like. Well, I mean, technically, it would just be the same as the Amazing Digital Circus, right? Like buying some merch from that. I'm like, well, I guess
What?
Dracula Flow has less production value, so
You're not.
not entirely the same.
I'm trying to figure out how you got from point A to point B, and I can only kind of see it. I'm
Because they're
sorry.
both videos.
Type shit.
Because Dracula Flow is just a video. And Amazing Digital Circus is just a video.
It's just a video.
Well, it's a series, but you know, they're videos.
No,
Also, just a video.
I can kind of get it. I can kind of get it.
We should start making merch out of random videos.
If you think about it,
I'm gonna find some random person's like dash cam footage and make merch out of that because it's a video.
It's gonna be like the fucking sweaters that I found on fucking
Can you make?
Instagram where they have all those things.
Amber, can you make brown note merch?
Yo,
I think that falls more into the category of sound merch than video merch, but
I mean, technically, it's a video on YouTube.
yo, can we get this thread needs a hero?
FBI records 9/11 videos.
Video. Oh no! Oh no!
New merch idea, guys.
You
Hashtag
get a
never
shirt of like
forget.
you get a picture of like the Pentagon after it was hit with like big old bold letters in impact font going, "They hit the Pentagon!"
Oh my god.
Daggone, they don't hit the Pentagon.
Oh my god, you put Mater on there.
What else is
No, that
there?
would go so hard.
I wonder if I
There
would get
could
put
be
on. Yeah.
videos of any
I don't
shit.
know.
Shaboing.
Listen,
You
my
gotta put
phone died.
Shaboing on a shirt.
My phone died a few minutes ago, and I just got back, and I was checking my DoorDash order, and in the middle
Why
of
is
checking my
Boing
order,
Boing listed as explicit on Amazon Music?
Because
I just looked it up.
Shaboing Boing is.
Why is the second one
reference to-
SpongeBob?
Shaboing Boing is reference, from what I've seen after doing my Shaboing Boing research earlier.
Yes,
Um,
you did your research.
It is a reference to the wee, the wiener.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, I couldn't have
That's
guessed that one.
Well, y'all were
Oh,
telling
okay.
me about. You made the word. Oh, you made the word.
Oh, hey, here's classical sheet
did.
music.
Especially you, Jim. I didn't make the word.
Yeah, you did.
I have.
Guys,
Yeah.
Download and print in
Shaboing Boing,
PDF
MuseScore.
or MIDI
Oh, wait,
French
actually, you
sheet
MuseScore.
music for French horn, clarinet other, trumpet other, mixed trio.
anyways, I feel similar about to your shirt, like my Splatoon shirt and my Guilty Gear shirt. And those are the only two shirts I think I would say that about. I would
great.
I would
Except-
drive a stake through a River's heart for one of my Splatoon shirts.
A lot of people would, I'm sure. My phone
You
died a
left
few
us
minutes
for
ago,
McDonald's.
Like you said.
and when I came back to check my order and get back in on the conversation, Soul was in the middle of talking about something pertaining to 9/11, and I'm scared to even ask. Like,
We're
what?
making 9/11 merch.
Yeah, we're gonna put the Pentagon in the Mater from the Cars, and it's gonna have big impact letters going, "They hit the Pentagon!" or "Dang gum, they hit the Pentagon!" or however the fuck he said it. Then we're gonna do like Lightning
Hit the
McQueen.
Pentagon.
Then we're
Well, the
gonna
picture of the plane hitting the tower, and then like
It's gonna be
underneath it
Finn
says, "When you
McMissile with,
find out
like,
your goat wash."
It's gonna be Finn McMissile with like plane parts going to a tower. That'd be funny.
We should start captioning images of 9/11 with like other memes.
It's just a picture of the second plane like almost hitting the tower.
We're going to get put on a list for this episode.
The
Yeah.
9/11 image of the plane crashing into the tower with the caption, "This shit ain't nothing to me, man."
New
That's the
Yorkers in
merch.
2002.
That's the Monkey Day podcast merch.
Hey, this shit ain't nothing to me, man. Hey.
Did you say? Hang on, Jem. Did you say 2002?
Yeah, New Yorkers in 2002. This ain't nothing to me, man.
First of all, that was not 2002.
Wow.
No, because
No, don't you get it?
well,
the
you got-
sequel to
you know,
9/11.
because it, like, it-
yeah, because 9/11, the year after 9/11, yes, not 9/11 took in 2002. No,
My parents were actually in New
I don't
York
think
during
people-
9/11. I really hope they don't be talking about it like this.
River, I don't think people would go, "This shit ain't nothing to me, man," in New York at the day of 9/11. Or any
I can
time
confirm
in,
that
like,
they were
a
not
few
going,
months.
"This shit ain't nothing to me, man."
Just like an
I'm
office
just-
worker looks to
I
his
was
coworker and goes,
there.
"This shit ain't nothing to me, man," and then the fucking
I
cracks
saw
knuckle. Yeah, like this ain't nothing to me,
didn't, I
man.
guess,
Cracks
lie.
knuckles,
My
and then
birthday
gets to
today.
working.
turns to the coworker with his arms crossed.
I'm just reminded of like it was like a Tinder conversation where it was like they were replying to a point where it was like, "I like people who tower over me," and they were like, "Call me 9/11 the way I'm falling for you." And then they replied with like, "My mom died in 9/11," and they replied, "Batty down."
Dang.
Oh god. Batty down. Oh. Hit tweet. Not really.
Hit
Tinder.
tweet G sign.
Yeah.
Put that on the 9/11 shirt. 9/11 image hit tweet.
You know what would be a horrible thing to put on like a 9/11 commemorative shirt?
There's a lot of things.
Fuck,
I forgot.
well, one of the
For
things
gore?
is well, that's a good one. That's a
Wait,
really
one second.
good-
I have to, I did not come up with that.
I was gonna say like W planes would not be a good one. That would be pretty bad. It's like something you would wear if you were.
How the fuck do I address my Dasher?
No, Al Qaeda thing.
What's up, dude?
Hello, Dasher. How's Prancer?
Salutations! How were the reindeer games this year?
Hi, Gary.
Who rang?
Dash me up a good one, homie.
Do not
Dash me
say
up.
that.
That's his name.
Oh, that's what
Mike.
No.
Michael.
No.
That is his name. How do you
assume it's-
pronounce that?
I'm assuming it's
Michael?
Michael.
Yeah.
But like, it's like weird. It's like spelling like Janet, like
Janet.
like J A.
Yeah.
Like I guess if you do like JAUNETTE, that'd be like Jonet.
Here.
Never mind. Point no.
Forgot.
I forgot.
Did they forget to tell the AI about 9/11? I forgot. Oh no. Oh,
I was looking at the screenshot of the this Barbie Batgirl cosplay did not need to go this fucking hard hashtag Comic Con. I almost thought that said hashtag Coco Melon.
What do you want? There's no
PewDiePie
more
will
chili
not
left.
be
I
there.
ate it all.
Hashtag Coco Melon. Put that on the
Hashtag-
9/11 t-shirt.
There are some great merch ideas, guys.
We're gonna make a killing.
Two office workers look
We are
out the
going to
window. They
get-
see the Coco Melon logo flying towards the tower, and they turn and go, "This shit ain't nothing to me, man." With their arms crossed, and then they get Coco Melon all over the place.
We're adding layers. Soon enough, we'll be creating our own fan fiction. 9/11 fan fiction.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you
We'll
said
be
soon
creating
enough
our
we're gonna be
own
creating our
national,
own
like,
onion.
disaster.
Okay, wait. I need to.
National
One
tragedy.
second. I bet this has happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You bet what has happened.
1 second.
9/11.
So
9/11. Yeah, I do bet. I think that happened. Though I don't know. I forgot. Oh.
Onion.
Yeah.
Yo, onion, it rang.
300
Pick it- come pick it
380. 380 works, by the way. Tag this
I'm not
September 11
surprised.
attack.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
I am unsurprised.
Top one is a Stranger Things fan fiction.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Onion.
Literally, none of
Waiting.
these are actually about 9/11, though. Why are all of these Stranger Things fan fictions?
Jem, you watch the show. Does 9/11 happen in Stranger Things?
No, it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah, it
knowledge.
takes place into the 80s.
I
9/11.
guess
Damn.
the intention is that they would be old enough to experience 9/11.
They probably would.
It's set up.
This is the worst conversation we've ever had on this show, like ever.
I don't know. I haven't been partaking.
Yo, onion rang. Who rang? I'ma pick it up. Yo, who is it? They hit the second tower.
Onion rang. I answered the phone. Fill her up. Balloons.
I'll ring her up. Onion.
Shut up.
I flew her up for more.
This is
I
like,
hit her
you
up.
know
The
what?
Pentagon.
I think I know. This is my favorite. I think. 1 second. I need to find it.
Yeah.
If this
I'm in a
episode
server,
doesn't
and
get me on the
every
list, I don't know
nine-
what will.
Every September 11th, we post this video, and I need to find it now.
Is it the
Oh,
SpongeBob? Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, 9/11.
Oh, no.
I think about it. I think about it even when it isn't. I think about it often, actually.
That video is so good. Oh,
It's not funny. People died that day.
Oh, 9/11. Oh.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Elmo. Fuck.
So
L
why are you
laughing.
laughing?
L
Why are you
laughing.
laughing? No.
L laughing. My
Dude, like,
bad.
people actually lost their lives that day.
You know they did. They actually did.
They did. You know, the people lost their lives, and like many relatives lost a lot of like relatives. Like, why are you laughing?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
One of my
I'm sorry.
cousins died.
Why are you
Ain't never gonna forget this shit, man.
I'm like, that's not even a joke.
If anything, they'll never forget
Okay.
how
So,
much
like-
of a hater I am.
Listen, guys, as much as
Like,
I would
I
love
can-
to
I can
continue
say
talking
that.
about 9/11,
second.
I don't. I'm gonna run downstairs and go get my DoorDash order because y'all are talking about some
Fair.
crazy shit. So
All right, try not to hit the towers while you're.
Don't hit the Pentagon.
Fair.
Hit the pen.
I hope you're happy.
Oh no, wait, they did. Never mind.
You know, any sort of like viewership that we had is gonna be crashing down and burning with.
Just like the
Speaking
towers
of-
did on 9/11.
Oh my god, that was such a good pickup. Oh my god, I'm happy.
Good pickup line.
I shouldn't be happy about setting up a 9/11 joke, but fuck me, I am.
Is 9/11 going to be on a Saturday this year?
Hey, podcast day.
It's gonna be on a Friday. Fuck.
Ah. Hey,
So
we
close.
get to record on the
I
day
heard-
after.
Hi, dog.
What about?
Hi, dog. I'm saying
Is
hello
there
to
a
whatever
Friday?
dog.
Is there a Friday the
Oh,
13th
sorry.
this year?
I don't
Also-
know, maybe.
This wasn't.
Oh, there is
Um,
next month. Next month.
What?
February.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, next month. There's a Friday the 13th.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, we don't.
Speaking
It
of-
record on
doesn't pertain
Fridays.
anything to the podcast, but hey.
Speaking of 9/11,
Oh, you're telling me that fucking
Sorry.
Valentine's Day is on a podcast day?
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happens that day, so it's fine.
Type shit.
Saint Valentine
If
literally
we
died.
we all have to get each other chocolates.
Saint Valentine literally died, dude. What are you talking about?
We gotta pull out these fucking gifts full of like PNGs of chocolate.
For Valentine's, I remember during Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of Valentine. Like, did you all do the thing where you had like a bunch of boxes that you cut them out and you all like walked around and put like cheap ass like cards and chocolate in them?
Kinda.
No, I never
It's a
did.
Valentine's Day box. That was a thing we did in elementary school.
Yeah, I do remember
yeah,
that.
there was
I do
always, like,
remember doing
A big
that.
thing about decorating boxes. I remember I decorated one of mine to look like an Eevee, and then the head fell off, and so I replaced it with white like printer paper because that was lying around, and I said it was a shiny Eevee. I was smart.
That's
I was
smart.
a very
Wait, no, that's
intelligent
smart.
10-year-old. But anyways, I also remember that around that point, I went out of my way to make sure that I got this meant nothing, by the way. I made sure to get Valentines that included Valentines that said, "You are a good friend," just so I could give them to all the boys, so they wouldn't get the wrong idea. And I think about that a lot.
Hey, you know what?
Specifically.
I remember there was like.
And I
a
took
kid...
I took that shit seriously. I got a Valentine that said, "You are my friend," and I went up to the person. It's like, "Oh, are you my friend?" They were like, "No, what are you talking about?" And I think I died a bit that day.
Well, this Valentine's thing is very misleading. Fuck you.
I remember there was a kid in like my elementary school who I don't know why exactly, but like he just straight up didn't celebrate holidays like
Any of
at
them?
all. I think any of them. I think he just straight up didn't celebrate any holidays. I have no idea why. And that means he would like literally sit out of any holiday of things we did. And I always found that like so confusing. Like you're getting, I mean, like whether you participate or like in like personally participate or not, why not just do it? You get free stuff.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's time off of learning, and you get free shit like candy and all that. What's the? I don't get that. I actually don't get that.
Plus,
I mean,
it's like
Wasn't
Believe what
Uncle
you
like
believe.
that?
Was he?
I swear to God, I remember Aku being like, "I don't celebrate holidays at all."
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like
I
even
don't
if you
rec-
put all like the usually religious aspects aside, I mean, you can make a case for like celeb. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean,
I
people
mean,
celebrate like
since they were just co-opted
Christmas
from
and all
pagan
that.
festivals, you could even make the argument that you're celebrating those versions if you feel very strongly about not participating in anything related to any modern day religion.
Do you think that a first grader has
But
that amount of thought about holidays?
no, I'm pretty sure that like it was the kids' parents.
Well, yeah, I kind of
I mean,
figured.
undoubtedly.
But like, I just mean like I meant in general, like, I mean
What fucked up parents?
holidays are a great source of things like joy and
Joy
the
and
other
socialization and
no,
free shit
just presents
and
and
presents. Sometimes.
What's
I mean,
the like?
I've never
who
gotten
care-
an Easter
Who cares
present other
about
than
the?
the
Who cares
eggs.
about
But I
like
hope
the
well,
meaning of? Who cares about the meaning of the holiday
my
when you can
mom
just
always gave me a
get free
present
things?
on Easter because
I used
during
to.
Easter they came out with a bunch of cheap stuffed animals.
I
Mm.
And
used to get
yeah,
essentially. We used to essentially have Easter as our like mini middle of the year Christmas, where we would get like actual full on presents when we were younger.
Really?
that,
Now,
That's kind
yeah,
of gnarly.
that right
I
there.
got
Look,
I
You
got
know,
some stuff from I got some neat stuff from that. Usually Lego sets, because that was
you know,
my band of age where I was really into Lego sets.
Mhm.
I still am. It's just we have too many of them, and I don't feel like digging through our heaps and piles of Legos and rebuilding all the stuff, because that's too much
well,
work, and I'm lazy.
you know what I
one
did
day
for
I have
fucking
to. We have
Easter?
to do that. I
Oh,
think that sounds like fun, actually.
we could do that. Just Lego time.
Anyways, that is
Yeah, I'll
that.
bring
That's
guys. I'll bring my Legos over, and we
Oh,
can all play with them.
yeah. I'll make a waste
I would.
car.
I low key. I would do that. I actually
I'll make a waste car with blocks from like 5 different sets. That'd be so cool.
look at Big
No, we
Sheep.
have to put the sets together. We have to put
Fuck.
them
Okay,
Well,
nobody
if it's
cares
the
about
4 of us, we
Big
got it.
Sheep. This is literally like the book
Wow, Big
1984 by
Sheep.
George Orwell.
Hi, Big Sheep.
Does that
I
Does
called.
that book happen to be on the shelf that the Big Sheep is sitting on?
What are you talking about? No.
The
Okay,
Big
what's on the
Sheep is
shelf? It's
sitting
mostly
on
just
the bookshelf.
Pokemon strategy guides, the Giver graphic novel adaptations, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Drawing Dragons, A Wrinkle in Time, and The Handmaid's Tale,
Dynamax Wooloo, is that you?
and a few issues of Miss Marvel.
Hmm.
Wow.
Those are
I I
Hell
have
yeah.
And
a
also
lot of bullshit on my
I have a lot of
shelf.
bullshit too on my
I
shelves.
have a,
Yeah.
I remember when I was in like, early, or sorry, late elementary school, I was like, for some reason I really liked math. I don't anymore, because math is complicated, and I don't need to learn anything past like middle school level math. But I
Yeah,
learn.
Rook.
Don't you
I
code?
No,
I
you
mean, I mean, math. Like knowing math is useful there, but you don't need to know like algebra.
Yeah.
I did.
Like
I
it's
know.
same with
I know like the simple like I know about
A
I know
plus B
four
equals
function.
C.
I know four function. I know square root. I know absolute value, and I know like other concepts around that level. And that's all I really need to know. I don't.
It's actually it's kind of similar for art for me in that like pottery requires a bit of geometry, but that's
Ooh.
like the like only really basic stuff. Do you know what a
Yeah.
square is?
I've heard
I mean,
of such
Pretty
things.
sure it has three.
Have you heard the rumors?
I've heard.
I
the
think it's an
rumors.
equilateral square.
I,
Maybe.
what? Wait, repeat that,
You said
please.
you said a square, right?
Yes, I know. What did you say after that?
I said I think it's an equilateral shaperoonie. I didn't say shaperoonie, but I forgot to say that. That's what I
Okay.
meant.
I mean, not wrong.
Uh,
I
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, and you
If you
know,
think about
math
it,
is oh yeah.
shapes
Mm-hmm.
shapes are kind of like shapes are kind of like if points were connected to each other with lines.
So true. They call those
No,
polygons, I think.
no fucking way. My
It'd
mind
be
is
so
being
cool if
But
blown.
by the
polygons
way,
were more
I
like
was gonna
shapes.
I was gonna say, so the reason I mentioned me liking math was because I owned various books in a like a series that's meant to teach you that's meant to be like an edutainment style book
Mm-hmm.
called Life of Fred, uh, and it's
God, I'm glad
they,
that's not me.
they detail it's like the books have like a plot and storyline that continues throughout them, and the further you go in the series, the more advanced the math concepts get. And like the whole story is the main character is a guy named Fred, who's like this. By the way, there are pictures in this book. The pictures consist of like black and white clip art.
That's kind of sad.
And the main character Fred is just like a really like shitty MS Paint drawing of like a guy. Uh, and, and
I'm
so
sorry, I'm just picturing giving
This
this to
is
like a kid
yeah,
and
yeah,
being
yeah.
like,
That's
there
him.
you
mean,
go.
That's what he looks like.
That's what he looks like. I
That's
figured
Fred.
as much. The picture is described as Fred.png.
It was like Tenna.
Wait,
Fred
true.
but yeah, so his whole thing. I think he's they give his exact height a couple times in the also his
What's
flat
his?
head.
How tall
His
is
flat
Fred?
head is his flat head is not in artistic choice. His head is literally flat.
I would never go to school if I was him.
Oh, by the way, he's like a math professor. That's what his job.
I would
is.
never teach
Really?
if I was. I would never go
here,
outside.
Let me go. Let me go to one an awesome book. This is Life of Fred Fractions.
Gary.
Pull it off my my thing.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Oh. Also, by the way, he's 5 years old.
Isn't he a professor?
He's a professor?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
those
God,
things
what a
don't
baller.
contradict each other.
Repeat that.
So those things, they're not contradictory.
Yeah, no, he's 5. Oh, sorry. In a as of Life of Fred Fractions, he's 5.5. He also,
shit.
He also walks to class. I guess. He works at a place called Kittens University.
Kittens
And
University.
he first came there at 9 months old.
I think that whoever wrote this book has a sense of humor, but I'm not sure I really completely understand it.
Let's see. I really like this first chapter details like Fred wants a bike because now he's 5.5 and he doesn't need to be carried by his friend Betty, who's a student. It's just because Betty carried him when he was 9 months old because he was only 9 months old, so he couldn't walk. Or sorry,
The
barely
logistics
walk.
of this book are kind of freaking me
Imagine carrying a
out.
professor.
Also, he makes a list of reasons of why he wants a bike, which is the following: why I want a bike. 1, I can get to class faster. 2. When I'm on a bike, I am taller. 3. I get to wear a
For sure.
helmet. It would look silly to wear a helmet if I'm just walking. 4.
Wow, he's really letting the judgment of the world get to him.
4. I will need a lock. Locks are fun.
That is true.
Page 2. Number 5. I am no longer a baby. I used to be 5, but now I'm 5.5. 5 is less than 5.5.
No fucking way.
6.
I'm learning so many new things.
6. I can walk at 3 miles per hour. On a bike, I can go 10 miles per hour. Everyone knows that 3 is less than 10. Riding is faster. Hooray. He also makes a makes a second list that says why I shouldn't get a bike, but he can't think of anything.
Well, at least he's being thorough.
I also like this passage. Clearly, Fred was in love with the ideal of owning a bike, and when you are in love, you don't think very well. Fred was telling himself, "I could feel the wind in my hair as I rode. How silly! Look at Fred. Do you see any hair?" And even if he did have a lot of hair, he would be wearing a helmet. They do provide.
That is actually pretty funny.
They provide a visual aid of what Fred would look like with hair, and just imagine that picture
I
that
need to
Soul
see it.
sent. Just imagine that picture that Soul sent, but with like two lines extending off of his head.
Like the fucking go, like the fucking,
How long are the
what was it,
lines?
the GoDaddy logo.
Let me send a picture of the passage to give you a good indication of what I am referring
Oh
to. Here's your the passage that I just read out.
So we're gonna.
With the little
Oh, yeah.
visuals of him without hair and him with
Picture by
hair.
the name of Michael. Mikael?
Oh wait, hold
Does that
on.
ring any bells?
River, mute
Fucking,
yourself while you're talking to other people
River.
on the podcast.
River,
Oh shit! Am I not muted?
No,
you're not.
Never is.
Okay.
Fucking, what's that fucking, That's really funny. I was thinking of like the GoDaddy logo, when you first mentioned like the little
Oh,
strands,
yeah.
cause like, you know, but like that doesn't really like match up.
Honestly, this is kind of funny.
I really like
I
this- I
vibe
really
with
like
this.
this
I vibe with
passage.
Fred.
I really like this passage. I bet, Betty said, that if you thought hard enough, you could think of 1 billion reasons to own a bike. 1 billion is 1 billion, 1 followed by 9 zeros. Fred said, that's a lot of reasons. 1 billion is 1,000 million, 1,000 times 1 million.
I mean, where's the lie?
Truk.
I also like that there's a footnote that starts off with, this is called a footnote. It explains something that needs explaining, but without having to stop the story. That's why we hide it down here at the bottom of the page. What needs explaining are words like zoom, swish, and whoosh. These are onomatopoeic words.
Onomatopoeias.
7 syllables. Onomatopoeic words. Looks like it's Oh, it is onomatopoetic. Alright. Onomatopoetic words are words that sound like the thing that they are describing. When a bike passes close to Fred, it sounds like swish. I really like these examples. When a bee buzzes, it sounds like buzz. Buzz is an onomatopoetic word. A snake hisses. A prison door swings shut. Clank.
Damn. One second,
Holy
I need to go
shit.
clean the bowl, so I'm just gonna mute myself
You got it.
while I do something that's unrelated to the podcast.
Wow.
Good job, good job.
How about the sound of my blood spilling onto the floor? splash as I kill myself over the fact that my DoorDash order got fucking canceled and now I have to reorder. Yay! Arrgh!
When when Fred was in kindergarten, some of the other kids would tease him and call him Fred Mouse or Fred Louse. That wasn't very nice. Oh yeah, relevant lore. His last name is Gauss. Gauss.
His
Fred
last name
Gauss.
is
That's his name.
Fred Gauss, huh?
I also really like. So I forgot that this was a thing. Sometimes they have in the middle of chapters, they'll have interjections from the reader, like
Really?
you, the person reading it. For
They give you
example,
dialogue options? Oh, that's
for-
cool.
Well, not dialogue options, but for example, this passage. There were hundreds of students in the classroom. When Fred walked up to the front of the room, everyone looked at him. He was about to start teaching. Wait, stop! I, your reader, need to ask something. You say he was about to start teaching. This boy is only 5.5 years old. Where is the teacher of this class? Good question. I think I forgot to mention that Fred is the teacher. That's not possible. Fred should be in kindergarten at that age. Well, Fred is not your average 5.5-year-old. For one thing, he is pretty short. Did you see the picture of him and other kids on the previous page? It's him next to a bunch of clip art of kids, I guess. Also, this is where they establish his exact height. He is only 36 inches tall.
46
Like 2.5
inches.
feet.
36 inches
36.
tall.
That's
That's
3 feet.
He is 3 feet tall. Most kids who are 5.5 years old are a lot taller than 36 inches. I, your reader, was asking about why he was a teacher at the university. I wasn't asking about his height. Tell me, why isn't this kid in kindergarten? As I said, Fred is not your average 5.5-year-old. He did a lot of reading at home in his early years and only spent several weeks in kindergarten. The complete story of the first 5 years of his life is told in Life of Fred Calculus. I regret to inform you that I do not own Life of Fred Calculus, so I am not privy to his backstory in the first 5 years of his life.
That's like the lore drop of the century, though.
Yeah,
At least I would assume so.
I own up the latest Life of Fred book I own is Pre-Algebra 0 with Physics. Which this specifies you do fractions, which is this book, then decimals and percents, which I do own, then pre-algebra, which I previously mentioned I own, then beginning algebra, advanced algebra, geometry, trig, and then calculus. I've got some catching up to do, I guess. Or I could just buy calculus straight up, or I could not because I also really like this is an absurd school. Fred stood in front of the classroom. In addition to the hundreds of students, there were 2 TV cameramen, 5 reporters, several photographers, an artist, and 3 people with laptops who were writing blogs about Fred as he taught. Someone from a radio station put a microphone in front of Fred so the world could hear his words. A sculptor had set up a little studio in the back of the room and was busy making a statue. In short, Fred was a very popular teacher. They have a visual of the sculptor making the statue of Fred, drawn by the author.
Oh, do they?
Not clip art. They also have a nice visual of what a blogger is writing about Fred, which says, Fred is beginning his story. A little girl named Meddy needs a bicycle. All her friends have bicycles. Wow, I'm enthralled. This is cool. Here's an image of Fred in a spiffy suit. I guess that's what he wears to class.
I mean, even though he's 5.5, he is still a professor. So.
Also, apparently, newspapers reporters are fucking useless because this is the newspaper that they print after his math lecture. The Kitten Caboodle. the official campus newspaper of Kittens University. Poverty strikes! Child near death!
Oh my goodness.
Kansas. Fred told his class today that a child named Meddy was about to die. Her parents were so poor, Fred said, that they could not give their daughter what she needed in order to live. The university president has announced a drive to collect money for this poor dear child.
Oh my gosh.
Also, interjection. Wait, stop! I, your reader, don't understand. Fred didn't tell his class that Meddy was dying. I don't get it. Sometimes, newspapers make mistakes. Sometimes they make lots of mistakes. It's true that the university president was starting a drive to collect money for Meddy, but that was a mistake that the president was making. He thought that Meddy was a real person, rather than just being part of the story that Fred was telling to his class. I have many concerns about this world and its world building.
Yeah,
I also really like the newspaper has an image of Fred, like as like a visual reference, I guess, that says Fred Gauss file photo, and at the bottom of the page they say, at least the newspaper got the picture of Fred right. It would have really been a mistake if they printed this, and here's your visual.
Boy. This isn't Fred.
Shocker.
Oh man, that's.
Just trying to
What
find
is
a
with this world?
copy of calculus on the Internet Archive. Ooh, if you find a PDF of Life of Fred Calculus, send that to me because I need to know the deep lore of Fred Gauss. Maybe next up I won't read it out this episode. Maybe next episode we'll give you the big reveal of what happened to Fred, because I know everyone who's watching that isn't watching at this point because they left from our 9/11 jokes are dying to know what the backstory of Fred is.
I got some sample pages, like 22 of them. I imagine the books are longer, like much longer.
I really like also this guy who's fucking scamming Fred. Fred walked into a store and said, "I need a bike." He didn't say that he wanted a bike or that he was looking for a bike. He said that he needed a bike. Mr. Colback, the guy who runs the bicycle store, smiled and walked over to a bicycle and changed the price. He marked it up from $200 to $400. You say you need a bike, Colback responded. I have a very nice bicycle here. It has a very special price. You want to pay cash, write a check, or put it on your credit card? Could I look at it first, Fred asked. You'll have years to look at it after you've bought it, Colback told Fred. Why waste your time and waste my time? Well, I've never shopped for a bike before. I don't know anything about them or what they cost. Could I please see it before I buy it? Colback went over and changed the price tag again, marked it up to $800. Colback figured that if Fred needed a bike, and if Fred really didn't know how much bikes cost, he could charge Fred a lot of money. That's why he kept doubling the price. Okay, if you really want to see it before you buy it, come with me, Colback said. I'm so excited. I can only wait to take it home. I can show it to my friends. I will ride it everywhere I go. Although Fred didn't know it, he was telling Colback that he was going to buy a bicycle regardless of how much it cost. And Colback knew exactly what to do. He doubled the price again. Now Fred is going to buy a $1,600 bike, I guess. Also, the end of chapter, like, math questions to, you know, to test, like, your math knowledge, what you've learned. The first question is, the price of the bike is now $1,600. If Colback doubles it again, it will be $3,200. How many times will Colback have to double the price before it is over $1 million? Why is there an electric chair on the bus? I don't know. Stop spoiling me. If you found calculus, I wanna find out things for myself. That's the fun part.
I was looking a little bit. It doesn't seem like
this is
there's
advanced
a PDF
algebra.
of it.
Oh, cool, awesome.
Wow.
Every aspect of advanced algebra props up in our hero's everyday life. Adventure, how to escape execution, electric chair, on the bus. Cuisine, what pie you shouldn't order unless you're very rich. Travel to Cuba. On the bus.
On the bus.
Fashion. What outfit to wear if you are carrying red jelly beans? Music. Contains the piano music. Newest hit from Rockin' Rita. All fun. That's so awesome. One other aspect I remember of Fred is that he eats an absurdly like small amount of food, and that like fills him up. Like I think there's a section in one of the books where his dinner is like a crumb, like a tiny little piece of like an entire slab of meat. Because he is short. Yeah, that's why.
Because he is short.
Also,
that is a funny explanation of that.
I like here it is, Colbeck told Fred. It's the bicycle of your dreams. Ain't she pretty? And it's all wrapped up, ready to go. And the best part is the price. It's only $1,600. Fred gulped. He thought to himself, that's almost 5 months of savings for me, but I really need a bike. I really like the concept that this math teacher that is so popular that he has news reporters, bloggers, and sculptors that surround him every time he makes a lecture, only earns $1,600 in 5 months. That is
1,600 in
that's not,
5
like, it's
months.
not his total salary. That's just his savings. But like that's still extremely low for such a prolific math teacher. Well, dude is not. I mean, I guess he is 5.5, but like, come on.
The economy's rough, I guess.
You know, the economy's especially rough if the economy's especially rough if the like this guy in this bike store is just like can just like jack up the price to 8 times as much as it originally was, and to my knowledge faces no legal consequence for doing so. But
yeah, no, I mean it seems like you can't even be 5.5 without dealing with financial problems.
Also, I really like he rips him off even fucking more. Let me read this. Let's see. He was going to buy. He took out his checkbook. You'll excuse me for a moment. I need to check on something in the back room. He dashed into the back room and phoned a friend. Pythagoreans caught in sex scandal. What the fuck does this book series go to? All right. Well,
at least it's educational.
Send me those PDFs later. I need to take a look at those. But anyway. So, okay.
Holy moly.
He dashed into the back room and phoned a friend who worked at the bank. Here's a tape recording of their conversation. Let me speak to Lester Snow. This has a footnote, by the way, that says, it's more polite to say, may I please speak to Lester Snow. Snow. Yeah, this is him. Footnote. I know you wince when you read such poor English. It would never occur to Snow to say, yes, this is he. Wince means to tense up from pain. Thanks for the info. Colback. I've got another sucker here. How much does he have in his checking account? Snow. What's his name? Colback. I don't know. I'll be back in a minute. Colback rushed back out and said, hey kid, what's your name? Fred smiled. He was happy that Mr. Colback was taking such a personal interest in him. Yes, Via, we see the awesome reference.
Lol.
My name is Fred Gauss. It rhymes with house. Colback dashed into the back room again. The kid says his name is Fred Gauss. Ever heard of him? Snow. Wow, he's the famous kid who teaches math at the university. Everyone knows about Fred Gauss. He's such a lovable guy. Colback. Okay, cut out the sweet talk. How much does he have in his bank account? Snow. You know I'm not supposed to tell you this. Footnote. What they are doing is nefarious. This means very wicked. Colback. Look, Lester, I pay you good money each month for this information. What's the number? Snow. Fred has $1,935.06 in his checking account. Smiling, Colback walked out and said, well, Fred Gauss, it looks like we have a deal. Fred began to write a check. Don't forget, said Colback, there's sales tax and other stuff. The total comes to $1,935.06. Fred thought, how lucky I am. If it had been a penny more, I wouldn't have been able to buy this bike. He finished writing the check and handed it to Colback. Colback grinned and said, "I'll get the bike shipped over to you by campus mail. It'll be there before you get back to your office." Hooray! He just got hard scammed. So
Does. I also didn't know Fred ventured into various different. I did not know that Life of Fred, was gonna do that.
I also really like it said after Fred left the store, Colback put the bicycle box into the mailbox. Then he headed back to his store and closed it. He closed it permanently. There was no more bicycle store.
Oh.
This dude scammed one guy and said almost $2,000. Fuck, I can live the rest of my life off that, and closed his scam store.
Oh, it kind of seems like a personal. But the guy's really dumb. How do you live on 2,000? Let me live in that world. I could live with 2,000.
Also, he goes to open up the box with his bike. It's just a cardboard box. He has but he only has a rounded end scissors because he is only 5.5 years old. So instead, in order to open the bike box, he grabs the 18-inch knife that he bought for his friend for their birthday. Okay. So, he just has this giant fucking knife that he bought. And then, okay, here's the big twist. Here's chapter 10. This is after he pulls out the knife to open the box, the big box of his new bike. There was a knock on the office door. It was Betty. "It's me. Can I come in?" Fred pushed the 6 pieces of the comb. He cut up a comb into 6 pieces, don't ask, into his wastebasket. He didn't want her to see that he was playing with a big knife. He was excited. He wanted to show her his new bike. 5-year-olds sometimes make mistakes. Even when you are 5.5 years old, you make mistakes. When you get to 6 years old, you don't make any mistakes anymore. Footnote. That is a big fat fib. Fib equals untruth. Just because something is written in a book doesn't make it true. Quiz time. Which of these is a mistake? A. Betty knocked on the door. B. Betty asked, "Can I come in?" C. Fred was excited to see Betty. D. Fred ran to the door carrying this big old knife. He dropped the knife. It sort of slipped out of his hands. The good news. The knife didn't break. He didn't cut Betty. The medium news. The knife fell to the floor. That's the way gravity works. The bad news. The knife headed straight towards Fred's foot. More good news. Fred was wearing shoes. More bad news. The knife was big and heavy. Just before the knife fell, Fred called out to Betty, "Come on in." Betty came in and saw Fred just standing there. Fred wasn't moving. Fred couldn't move. Fred was nailed to the floor. Fred was going to say, "Hi, Betty. I want you to look at the new bike I bought," but he didn't say that. He was thinking of saying, "Hi, Betty. I just dropped a knife on my foot," but he didn't say that. His mouth opened, and he wanted to say, "Help!" but nothing came out of his mouth. Instead, he fainted.
Oh, poor guy.
As
to think of it, like, not even at 6 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah. As we noted at the beginning of this book, when Fred first came to Kittens University, he was only 9 months old, and Betty would often carry him to class. It was time to carry Fred again. She picked him up after unsticking the knife from the floor. He wasn't that heavy, only 37 pounds. He was a very light 5.5-year-old boy. And Betty didn't have far to carry him. The hospital was only a block from the math building. Now, in the movies, when someone gets hit with an arrow or stabbed with a knife, they pull it out. But that makes it bleed a lot more. Sometimes it's better to just leave it in until you get to the doctor. Since this is real life, and not the movies, Betty left the knife in this foot. Yeah, this is all extremely believable. As she carried him down the stairs in the math building, Betty was surprised she was starting to get tired already. 37-pound load wasn't much for her to carry. She had forgotten about the 13-pound knife. Yeah, the knife's 13 pounds. So, pop quiz. The end of chapter questions. How much weight was Betty carrying? It's really awesome questions to ask after the whole thing of this 5.5-year-old child just dropped a fucking knife on his foot. What is this book series? I swear to God. It's really
This
something.
Fred guy.
Also,
Fred guy seems to get into a lot
Also,
of
Fia,
like...
you're wrong. It was 50 pounds. You forgot the 13-pound knife.
Oh!
It's not 37. 37 is
Air
just
horn
Fred.
noise. But this
It's
Fred
50
guy
pounds.
gets into quite a lot of business, I will say.
Also, a fucking 13-pound knife? That's insane. They're sending me to the electric chair.
In the bus. I think that's where the electric chair is.
Chapter 11
Nope.
is him getting taken to the hospital. I really like they have like a blood meter that shows how much blood you have in your body, I guess, and it goes from full to empty like a fucking gas tank.
What?
And apparently, Fred lost a quarter of the blood in his body, which according to the book equates to 1 pint of blood. Fred only has 4 pints of blood going through his body at any given time. Ideally, when he is full on blood.
Get this man some. Oh wait, never mind. You
Also,
get this
by the
kid
way,
some nourishment.
The start of chapter, because he is short, 3 feet is not that short.
Look, it's kind of short, but it's like it's not 4 pints
really
of
funny.
blood short.
It's really funny because they establish him to be 36 inches tall, 3 feet tall, but in like every possible scenario where you see him compared to literally anything else, or they give any other metric that relates to how tall he is like practically an inch tall. It is like it's really funny. Also, by the way, the start of chapter 12 establishes that they have been waiting 55 minutes for someone to deal with this 5.5-year-old kid who's actively losing blood. 55 minutes? What fucking hospital are they going to?
Fucking someone get the Onion. Have it bring the
American
paramedics.
healthcare system. Yeah, true.
I hope Fred has insurance.
I also really like Alexander, another friend, the friend that he was gonna gift the 13-pound knife to. So it says, Alexander, carry Fred. Fred seemed to be on the edge between sleeping and waking. He said something like, all the golly big chocolate frog. I really also Betty pointed towards Fred. Instantly, the doctor noticed the 13-pound knife in Fred's foot, and instantly, he made his diagnosis. He's bleeding. It had taken the nurse 35 minutes to figure that out. Doctors have more years of medical training than nurses. This is most unusual, he continued. He scratched his head, sat down, and pulled out Professor Eldwood's Guide to Modern Medicine, 1849. The doctor didn't know whether to look up foot or knife or bleeding. In his wisdom, he decided to look up bleeding. It appears, the doctor began, that the patient has a bleeding problem. It's important that we stop it.
No!
He got up and walked over to Fred. I guess we'll have to get this out of the way so that it can see what's going on. He pulled the knife out of Fred's foot, wiped it off, and put it in his briefcase. No use throwing a good knife away, he said to
No.
himself.
I feel like the gif of Walter White in the car. It's like, no, doctor, that will only make the bleeding worse.
Blood squirted from Fred's foot. It gushed, it splashed, it flowed, it ran. Doctors are trained in medical school never to say, oops,
What?
especially in front of patients. It makes the patients nervous. Instead, he said, I'll be back in a minute, and left the room.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. It walks out the room.
I'm gonna make a thumbnail for this episode.
This outside the room, the doctor wiped his forehead. He saw the janitor in the hall, who was mopping up the drops of blood that Fred had lost as Alexander had carried him down the hall to the examination room. It looks like you got a bleeding problem, the janitor said to the doctor. Yeah, he's lost a lot of blood, the doctor replied. I wonder what we should do. The janitor opened the door and peeked inside. He turned back to the doctor and said, the meter on his arm said he's about half full. So, 2 pints of blood
He's lost 2
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's time you
because
stick
he is short.
It's time you stick a 2 + 2 into him and give him some blood.
2 + 2.
That is how these things work.
Yeah,
That
okay,
is-
so they explain what that means because the reader has an interjection. So to give you the short explanation, it's called it's apparently called a 2 + 2, because 2 + 2 = 4, and in Roman numerals 4 is IV, or intravenous, the IV bag.
Introverted.
Not that.
I know, it just popped in my head, but
Uh,
that's really funny.
yeah.
Fucking IP.
I really like. Also, okay. The janitor's suggestion was a good one. The janitor made a better suggestion than the actual fucking doctor. The doctor passed that suggestion along to the nurse at the front desk. For some reason, she came and stuck a 2 + 2 into Fred's arm and gave him a refill. Alexander was delighted to see Fred's eyes open. Fred looked at him and said, "Sky rocked de life." As more blood flowed into Fred, he said, "Dry docked lay life." Then, "My dropped the wife." Betty looked at Fred and told the nurse, "It looks like he could use another pint. He's not quite full yet." After Fred received another pint, he said, "I dropped the knife." At last he was trying to make sense again. He said to Alexander, "I was trying to open the bicycle box with the knife that I bought you for a birthday present, since the scissors with the round end that the university gave me didn't cut the tape that held the box together, and so I got the knife out of the box in the bottom drawer and was going to use it on the tape after I practiced on the comb, which I cut into 6 pieces. When Betty came to visit me, and I swept the 6 pieces of comb into the wastebasket so that she wouldn't see that I was playing with the knife, and then I raced to the door to let Betty in, and in doing so, I lost control of the knife, and it slipped, and I don't remember what happened after that."
Happens.
After all that, he said a very short sentence. "My foot hurts."
Hey, where's the lie?
I can't find it no matter how hard I try.
Exactly. So you get what I mean.
I do. I get it. I'm sorry. I know it's stupid to laugh at your own jokes, but like I'm laughing at the thing that Fred.
This
Being
book
executed.
book series is unhinged. I understand why.
I kind of love it.
I understand why I got so much entertainment out of it as a kid, because this is like an absurd way to teach kids math.
Unironically, I think I probably would have liked math more if somebody got me this.
It's
Oh, man.
I can only imagine what kind of drugs the author was smoking to come up with some of this.
All of them.
It's like that's like some of the shit that Fred goes through, like I think Fred is like one of the like. Name a character who suffered more than Fred. Oh wait. Like, this dude's been through a lot.
I mean, Goku, but all right.
Shut up, River, you're wrong.
This
I
kid is
think
only
you
5.5.
You literally left for food.
All this shit has happened
Goku
to
was
this
at 5.
kid. Dude dropped a
Imagine what-
13-pound knife on his foot. According to one of the passages Pia pulled up, he was set to get executed in an electric fucking chair. He's only 5.5 years old. This fucking kid.
My fate is sealed. Stop, Fred.
No, not the Fred Towers, no!
They hit the second Fred. No. It all comes full circle. It all comes full circle. This is so horrible.
No.
This is so horrible.
Oh my god.
Fuck it, Fred 11. This is it.
9 of Fred.
Night of Fred.
5 nights at Fred's.
It's daytime here.
5 days at Fred's.
You know what? I mean, this happened in one day, but fuck it. 5 days at Fred's. They hit the second Fred.
Why is there's a guy in this book named Stanthony.
Stamphony. That's an interesting name.
Also, by the way, I've skipped ahead a bit. He's working at a fucking pizza restaurant now. Okay, sorry. Well, actually,
I guess
he's volunteering at a pizza restaurant now.
God,
And,
he's been through so much, and still he's such a good Samaritan. This hurts.
He's he needs to make a 14-inch lamb pizza, and so he walks into the kitchen. He walks over to the kitchen, but he doesn't find any lamb, and he asks Stanthony, who he refers to as Stan Anthony. Oh, sorry, I think that's his full name, because the footnote says, saying Stan Anthony is just too much of a mouthful, everyone shortened it to Stanthony. He asks where he can find lamb, and Stanthony points towards the kitchen, which makes Fred confused. So he walks in the direction he points, through the kitchen, into the backyard, and he says, "How am I going to make lamb pizza? The kitchen doesn't have any lamb in the freezer. Teaching math is so much easier than making pizza. I need to keep this job since I spent all the money in my checking account on my new bicycle."
I mean,
I think he could sue.
Probably could. Well, the business doesn't exist anymore because they closed immediately after the sale.
That's right. The door was closed and it's for permanent.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fred's eyes were half closed as he walked and talked to himself. When he came to the fence in the backyard, he stopped and turned around. He decided that he was going to go back and ask Stanthony again. He heard a sound. It sounded like "bah." He opened his eyes. Insert clip art of a sheep PNG. Fred tried to scream, but couldn't. He tried to laugh, but nothing came out. The shock was too great. He passed out.
Oh boy.
Okay. The owner of this pizza restaurant, said to employed a 5.5-year-old to make pizza because he's out of fucking money, and a customer orders a lamb pizza, and Stanthony points him to the backyard to get lamb because there's none in the kitchen. So this fucking dude expects a 5.5-year-old kid to just like murder a live lamb and prepare it for pizza. Is that what he's expecting to happen here?
Lamb pizza.
There.
Where's the sauce?
I really like. Also, the little lamb thought that Fred was playing with her. She came over and jumped on Fred's chest. When she jumped up and down, she could feel little puffs of air coming out of Fred's nose. She thought that was funny. Fred awoke. The lamb said, "Hi," which in lamb talk it sounds like "bah." Fred said, "Bah,"
No.
which in people talk means "hi."
I didn't know Fred was fluent in lamb.
The lamb jumped over Fred's nose. A very dangerous thing to do, given how sharp his nose is.
I mean, I think it could have fended off that plane right there. If I'm being honest. This shit ain't nothing to be, man. This is the worst thumbnail.
Reaction. That's gonna be the thumbnail for this episode.
Oh
We did
my
it.
god, yo.
Alright, awesome.
I don't even remember if we've ever had a thumbnail for an episode before.
We never. Nope.
Never. Oh my
Once.
god, this is
Anyway,
I have made thumbnails and they've been rejected.
New
This
year, new
is-
podcast.
This is pure art. All right. Stanthony came out into the backyard and saw Fred lying on the ground. He said, "What kind of a worker are you?" Stanthony roared. "The customers are waiting for their 14-inch lamb with tarragon, and you're lying out here in the
Oh, I
backyard
feel
looking
kind
at
of
the sky."
sad.
Little lamb came over to Stanthony and rubbed up against his leg. "And you were playing with my pet lamb," he continued. "Your pet
Oh.
lamb?" Fred asked. "And you want me to kill her to make somebody's pizza? Where did you get that idea?" "Well," said Fred, "when I asked you where you keep the lamb for the pizza, you pointed to the backyard." Stanthony laughed. "No, you silly. I pointed to the kitchen. We used the mutton for our lamb pizza." He patted little lamb on the head. How could I have missed that? Mutton is the meat from grown-up lambs, from mature sheep. I am so glad. I am so glad. I am so glad. He hopped to his feet and ran into the kitchen. Fred was so happy. He made up a little song and sang it. "Stanny had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and all the time I thought she'd be a topping on the pizza dough."
Oh, no.
That's kind of fucked up.
That's damn.
Oh, this is what. Okay, actually, I take back what I said about this helping me learn math. If I was a kid, I would have tried if I read this.
Also, by the way,
Literally, like if any, like the one through line of my childhood is that if there is a sheep in danger in a movie, I just don't watch it. I just would not. I would just kind of cry.
Oh, by the way, by the way he puts the mutton on the pizza is he lines the mutton around the outer edge of the pizza, and then using the remaining mutton makes a smiley face.
Oh my gosh. I hope the little lamb doesn't see.
Yeah, cool.
That'd be kinda
Cover your
fucked up.
eyes. Cover your eyes.
Pull the wool over your eyes.
I also really like. I keep saying that. I'm a broken record. Chapter 24.
It's okay.
Fred hadn't read the...
We all have our own things.
Yeah.
We break our
Fred
records
hadn't
sometimes.
read the instruction book, Professor Eldwood's Guide to Making Pizza, 1851. It gives all the steps. 1. Make crust. 2. Smear with pizza sauce. 3. Add toppings and cheese. 4. Stick in oven. 5. Take out of oven. Fred had missed the last step. 5 chapters ago, he had popped his 12-inch wedding special pizza into the oven. I didn't read that part. That was a long time ago. First it cooked, then it dried out, then it blackened, then it caught on fire. Footnote, did Smokey the Bear ever say things turn better when they're dried out? Things burn better when they're dried out? Smoke poured out of the oven. The kitchen filled with smoke. Everyone in the restaurant started coughing. Even little Lamb in the backyard was affected. PNG of the previously put in Lamb PNG, but now it is black instead of white. The smoke alarm went off. The sprinkler system showered everyone. The fire engines rolled up in front of Pi One, which is the place he's working at. And Fred was out of a job.
Oh no.
The reporters from the Kitten Caboodle newspaper arrived. They interviewed Stanthony. They talked with the wet customers, and everyone was pointing at Fred. The Federal Disaster Relief Group arrived. 6 members of Congress were with them, and all 6 got their picture taken with Little Lamb. One disaster worker handed Stanthony a package containing a moist little paper towel and told him it was for the lamb. Then the Disaster Relief Group and the members of Congress left.
Oh my god.
Fred didn't know what to do.
This is crazy.
Fred didn't know what to do. He walked slowly down the street in a daze. The special edition of the newspaper was already published. The Kitten Caboodle. Disaster strikes. Fred makes big mistake. Disaster struck. By the way, this takes place in Kansas apparently. Disaster struck Pi One at 11:15 this morning.
I hate Kansas.
An inattentive trainee named Fred Gauss had left a pizza in the oven for almost an hour. When it caught on fire, smoke and flames were everywhere. The customers all escaped alive, but many had very smoky clothes. Advertisement: Kitten's Special Laundry. Kitten's Laundry Special. We'll wash all your smoky clothes for $4. Advertisement: Pi One, 2 slightly used smoky pizzas, half price. It's your choice. 14-inch lamb with tarragon or 8-inch happy face tomato. Advertisement: Pi One, competent help wanted. Need a pizza chef who knows when to take pizzas out of the oven.
He's 5.
Yeah, he's 5.5. He's 5.5. Go easy on him.
Oh my. This guy had it going on.
Oh yeah, here's
Like
another.
5.5.
Fred had never been what you would call a big eater. Normally he would have a quarter of a stick of gum. A half stick of gum was a really big mouthful for him.
Oh my gosh.
This is because he is short.
Yeah.
Is he sh-
Also-
Quarter of a stick of gum. That's fucking insane.
By the way, the stick of gum was a thing he had in his pockets. He also had, so it mentions he has 3 3/4 sticks of gum, and in his right pocket he had 2.5 sticks of gum. And then says, "Well, at least I won't starve." I also
Man who subsides purely off of gum.
I also like this is
Or child who subsides purely off of gum.
this
Yeah, I
is,
think that's right.
In the like post chapter questions, it also elaborates. Then Fred pulled out a bag of nuts that weighed 1.5 ounces. He found another bag of nuts that weighed 2 1/3 ounces, and another bag of nuts and bolts that weighed 4 2/3 ounces. Fred was hoping to someday build a robot, so he'd been collecting anything that might be of help. He combined his 3 bags into 1 bag. He just had... Yeah, those are not eating nuts. Those are like nuts, like metal nuts.
Oh.
That he just had in his pocket for some reason. They were just carrying it
It
around.
literally just said that he was there to... He had to create a robot. Were you not reading?
Yeah.
For some reason.
That was the reason.
The bolts.
And the nuts.
It also says, in the next chapter, it says, besides the gum and the bag of bolts and nuts, Fred had many other things in his pockets. He continued to empty his pockets onto the bench. Next came out a coupon for 1 free ice skating lesson. It had expired a month ago. Then a baseball card with a picture of a famous nurse, Florence Nightingale. He had traded 3 other cards to get her. The cards being Bismarck, William the Conqueror, and Julius Caesar. Marky, Willie, and Julie, as Fred called them, were certainly important people, but Fred was never very comfortable carrying them around in his pocket. They're always fighting too much for Fred's taste. And then it gives like a mini history lesson on Florence Nightingale. Cool, I guess. I don't know how that's relevant to fractions, which is what this book
I think it's
is
very relevant to fractions.
Oh my
I mean,
bad.
it's there for a reason. It's
and also he pulled
Amber.
out 1 1/4 ounce of a marshmallow and then ate a tenth of it.
Forget about girl dinner. This is friend dinner.
Bro ate a 40th of a marshmallow.
How'd you do that math so fast? Are you Fred?
Yeah, actually no, I'm not.
I was getting really excited for a second there.
I'm his close cousin Fernando.
I'm
gonna embrace it.
I like this so by the way, Fred is sitting on a bench, completely covered head to toe in soot from the smoke of the pizza fire.
Nobody even offered to help him, even though he's like literally a child. This is disgusting.
He's not. I should say he's not quite covered head to toe in smoke because he wipes his mouth off. That's when he realized he's still covered in smoke because the handkerchief they used to wipe his mouth off got covered.
I don't
in black.
know, Amber. The picture in the chat looks like he's pretty covered in smoke.
Oh, hang on. Let me. They provide a helpful comparison between.
I just got what you meant.
You just got what I meant. There's a lot of smoke and soot right there.
They provide a helpful diagram of him before wiping the mouth. Why is it upside down? Whatever. Flip it upside down. Before wiping his mouth and then after wiping his mouth of the.
What is that thing on his head?
It's the hat he had to wear for his pizza job.
Okay.
His mouth is a little cleaner.
Also, this passage. A woman and her 4-year-old daughter walked by. The girl pointed at Fred and laughed. "Look, Mommy, what is it?" Her mother frowned and told her daughter, "It's not polite to point at people. He's probably just a poor, homeless little 4-year-old.
Wait, that reminds me of that one fucking the original version of the your ass is so fat it makes me want to kill myself comic. That's like what the original was about.
By the way, it's also mentioned here. He thinks of like corrections. He says, well, okay. He had 4 thoughts. 1, I wish that they had noticed that my mouth was clean. 2, I'm 5.5 years old, not 4. I'm just small for my age. Sure.
He's short.
Also 3,
Very.
lore drop. I'm not homeless. I live in an office at Kittens. He doesn't have a home. He lives in his office at the school that he teaches at.
Well, he's 5.5. How is he gonna afford a house?
I really need to know who this kid's
That's
parents
true.
are.
That's true. I have to question, like, but I mean, like, he ain't gonna afford a house on his salary if he earns $1,600 in a little under 5 months.
And think about this, like, yeah, like 3 feet tall is not like that short, but that means that there is a lot more room relative to him.
Oh, somebody's gone.
It's River.
River gone.
There's a lot of room compared to Fred and the interior of the office, compared to a regular person and like a studio apartment. So I think Fred is winning, living in his office.
I mean, I could live in an office if it was the size of my dorm.
Also, by the way, the way he cleans all the smoke off of him is by going to a car wash and sitting on the hood of someone's car.
Smart. Work smarter, not harder.
Here's that exchange. Fred walked up to the man who was operating the car wash and asked, "Can I run through your car wash tunnel?" "Why?" the man answered. "If you go in there, you'll get all wet." "That's okay," said Fred. "I just want to get washed up." "Listen, kid, this is a car wash place, not a public shower. You need a car to go through there." Fred didn't know what to do. He certainly didn't have a car. Most 5.5-year-olds don't own cars.
He had a bike.
That's true.
Several minutes later, the man who
But it's not
operated the
bike
car
wash,
wash
so I don't
saw
think it
something
matters.
very strange coming out of the car wash tunnel. It was Fred sitting on the hood of a car. He was clean. He smiled and waved at the car wash operator. He hopped off the hood and thanked the driver who had let him ride on the hood of his car. As Fred walked away, he left wet footprints on the sidewalk. He also left a dirty spot on the hood of the car. The car wash wasn't able to wash the spot where he had been sitting. It was roughly the shape of a rectangle.
That's really funny.
That's probably a fun story to tell.
Yeah.
Why is that one rectangle of your car dirty? Because I let a child sit there while my car was being washed. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Here's a chapter 28 for you. Fred had given his Florence Nightingale baseball card to the driver who had let him sit on the hood of his car. It was a way of saying, thank you. It is important not to forget to be polite. But Fred did forget something. He forgot the basic rule about car washes. Here it is in a box so you don't forget it. Whenever you sit on the hood of a car as it's going for the car wash, don't forget to take the marshmallows out of your pockets.
That is really important. I can't count the times I've forgotten that.
About car washes. When Fred put his hand in his pocket, he realized something was wrong. It was a sticky mess. His fingers were all glued together with gray melted marshmallow. Yuck! He didn't know what to do. He just walked down the street with a clean face, clean clothes, and a very sticky hand. He held his hand out so that he wouldn't get the rest of himself dirty. A kitty saw Fred with his hand out and thought Fred wanted to pet her. She purred. Fred petted her without thinking. The kitty had forgotten a basic rule. Never get petted by someone who had a marshmallow in his pocket while he sat on the hood of a car going through a car wash. Kitty rules are sometimes more complicated than people rules.
True. This is so true. I know this.
I also really like I turn the page and I just see Fred's hand was now clean. Everything seemed good. He had a bicycle. The sun was shining. His tummy was full. Recall the marshmallow snack that Fred had before he went through the car wash. He was a 5.5-year-old boy who felt like running down the street. So he did. I also like.
Did you get hit by a car?
No. It says
that was my first thought.
There's a reader interjection about a math thing. But at the end it says, "But you never said what happened to the kitty?" What? Did you just change the subject? Let me put the answer to your question in a footnote. The footnote says, "Our gray marshmallowed kitty was in a daze. She wandered down the street and rubbed up against the leg of a friendly little girl. The marshmallow mess was drying, and the kitty stuck to the leg of the girl. The girl went home with the kitty stuck to her leg. Her mom said, 'Don't you know the rule? Don't ever let a kitty brush up against your leg when the kitty has been petted by a boy who has had a marshmallow in his pocket when he rode through a car wash on the hood of a car.' Sometimes people rules are more complicated than kitty rules."
Fuck, man. This book is really funny.
Yeah.
I like when jokes do that.
It's like a triple joke.
This is like peak fiction I'm reading right now.
You are reading peak fiction.
I'm surprised I haven't experienced Life of Fred.
Honestly, I feel like Life of Fred could have hit it big.
Gen Ed, like textbooks.
I didn't get anything in life.
The only good thing I got was a book about Thanksgiving.
Well, actually, I did get a book. Oh, sorry.
It's not even a good book. It's kind of racist.
Oh no. I mean, I could imagine.
Actually, no, I did get a good book. That's my.
Well, actually, once my aunt, who was a former math teacher, gave me a book about math, but it was basically about how evil math was. I think I actually, Amber, you might have actually had this because I thought I recognized it, but maybe it's just because it haunted me. Because I remember I didn't want to read it, and so I never read it. And then my aunt asked me, "Oh, how was the book?" And I just had to admit that I haven't read it. Oh, what's it called? It might be somewhere on the shelf of hell, or my two other bookshelves of hell.
I flipped further. There's a footnote here where it says, Fred rubbed his forehead, and there's a footnote that says, the preferred way to say that word is forehead, not forehead. Look in any good dictionary. And
Okay.
Sure, man.
Look at a good dictionary then.
Also, Fred walked back to his office. He climbed the stairs up to the 3rd floor. He mumbled something about ordinal numbers and went to his office. Books lined the office walls. Fred had arranged them alphabetically. At one end was abalone, how to cook them, followed by abdominal muscles, great ways to make your tummy look cool. At the other end was Zoolatry is a mistake. In case you're curious, the footnote says that zoolatry means worshipping animals or paying excessive attention to them. In case you're curious.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a portmanteau. It's like a combination of zoo and idolatry.
Yeah. Fred often got a lot of mail. Much of it was because of his teachings at Kitten's University. Everyone was interested in the Fred way of teaching mathematics. Some teachers wrote to him, asking him for help in teaching. Universities wrote to him, offering him teaching jobs. Students he had taught in previous years wrote to him to thank him for the wonderful memories they had of his teaching. Of course, there was some junk mail, with an image provided of the junk mail. Free credit card! Disaster card! Spend your future with us. SM, not TM. Buy the home of your dreams. Buy the car that makes everyone think you have money. Buy a trip to Guango. Buy. Act now before your credit dries up. CC Colback Enterprises. Fred threw it in the trash. Wow, that was so cool.
I'm really curious about the target audience for these books.
I don't fucking know.
Everybody.
People who want to learn math,
Everybody.
I guess. This is definitely the most entertaining way that I've ever seen someone teach math.
Yeah, because like some of these things I don't think would be very funny to like 3rd graders learning fractions. Pythagoras cotton sex scandal.
I like
Man on trial. I don't know where I went wrong.
I laughed at that all the time as a 3rd grader.
Also, okay, so now he's
maybe they started making more quote unquote risque jokes as the books went on. I don't know.
I don't know. I like so he has the problem of opening his bike box. By the way, he still has that. But he spots an awesome book on his shelf. Professor Eldwood's Box Opening the Modern Way, 1852. It was right there between Bow Wow, the autobiography of Image of Dog, and Boyle's Law.
Boyle's Law.
Professor Eldwood had many suggestions in his box opening book. 1. Try cutting the tape with an 18-inch, 13-pound knife. Well, Number 2. Throw the box out of the window and see if it breaks open. Number 3. Put some candy inside the box, then let some mice chew their way into the box. Fred looked at these suggestions. None of them seemed very good. If he threw the box out of the window, it would hurt the bike. If he could put candy inside the box, he wouldn't need any mice. The box would already be open. Fred continued reading. Number 4. Tape a stick of dynamite to the side of the box. 5.
Happens.
Number 5. Get a hose and wet the box down. When the cardboard becomes soft and mushy, the box can be opened easily. Number 6. Peel the tape off. That's it, Fred thought. Professor Eldwood is such a smart man.
That's it.
That's it. That's
by
all
the way,
there
this
is.
is the entirety of chapter 32. Fred got the last piece of rotten tape off the top of the box. His heart was beating very fast. His new bike would let him get to classes faster. It would make him taller when he was on it. It would tell the world that he was no longer a baby. With that last piece of tape off, the whole box fell open. Fred was silent. He just looked. A tear formed in his eye. That wasn't a bike. It wasn't even the parts for a bike. It was junk. He felt cold. He grabbed a blanket and went and sat in the corner of his office and cried. Post-chapter questions.
Oh. Oh.
Oh
That's sad.
However, after the post-chapter questions, it says, gears, wires, rods, motors, electrical plugs, and a remote control, Fred thought. What can I do with these? I know! I will build a robot.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
all's well ends well.
Yeah. Actually, it says in the I forgot that sometimes there's story in the like post chapter questions. I should say it's called Your Turn to Play, but whatever. As Fred sat in the corner, something in his pocket hurt him. He pulled out the 8.5 ounce bag of nuts and bolts that he'd been carrying around. He threw them across the room and onto the pile of junk. He stood up and walked over to the mess. He almost stepped on a very unusual remote. Ever seen one this large? It had about 42 rows of buttons and 4 buttons in each row.
Oh my lord.
It's a lot of buttons.
goodness gracious!
168 buttons to be exact.
By the way, that's the end of the book.
What a fucking turbulent tale.
It's a cliffhanger. For
Never forget. Never forget.
It's so
Life of
wild.
Fred.
It's a cliffhanger for decimals and percents for when he makes a robot. But yeah,
Oh,
Life of
shit.
Fred. What a fucking book series. Am I right?
Jesus.
What's your opinions on Life of Fred?
Dude's got it rough. Like, I
He
feel
really
bad for the
does.
kid.
Yeah.
Like that entire book was like he wants a bike. He gets scammed by a guy into spending literally every single cent in his savings account. And then he goes to work at a pizza place to get some extra money because his like world famous teaching job doesn't pays him dirt cheap money, and then he fucks up that job, gets kicked out onto the street, covered in smoke,
Smoking soot.
and then not to mention in the middle of this he drops a fucking knife on his foot and
goes
to the most incompetent hospital I've ever seen. and then once he's done he also once he's done like washing himself off at the car wash and getting his hand all sticky and making the cat sticky and making the cat stick to a little girl's leg, he goes
Situation.
he goes back home, opens his bicycle, which was the whole thing he was trying to get in this book, and he opens it and it's full of mechanical parts that can't even make a bike.
Like, I don't understand how the world is making my comprehension skills fucking at an all-time low. I don't comprehend how this world even happens. I feel bad for Fred. I hope things get better next book.
I mentioned that I have the decimals and percents in pre-algebra. I also own ones that aren't math. Interestingly, no, I think they are. It's an intermediate like trio of books titled Kidneys, Liver, and Mineshaft.
Ah.
Shit.
These are also math books. I think the titles are just
like how to apply them, or I guess like applying
I
maths
assume
to
I
that
assume they're
particular
relative
thing.
To the story.
I mean, there's literally a fucking like Life of Fred book about cats. I assume there's math in there.
The Kansas sun is blue. This Kansas sun is blue. Okay, man. I need to find out if the
It sounded pretty fast to Medi, but she had no idea what a tachyon was. Does she know?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that the backs of these books have like the same, the same like thing that the algebra one did. So like, uh, the back of the fractions book says, one morning in the life of our 5-year-old hero, teaches a class at the university, buys a bicycle, makes a big mistake with a 13-pound knife, becomes pizza chef. And to give you a teaser of some of the other ones, the kidneys book says, if you have ever wondered why McLean comes before McDonald in library alphabetizing, this book will tell you. What to pack
a
if
Dewey
you were
Decimal System.
What to pack if you were headed to camp for 9 days. This book will tell you. Why horses rarely get married. Reading the story will explain that. How we can fit so much.
They're all
into all the
lesbians,
fun.
and gay marriage isn't legal in Horseland.
This is, and then liver is. If you have ever wondered, what are the names of 18 popular Armenian soups? This book will tell you. What are Professor Eldwood's 2 rules of survival? This book will tell you. Why Fred put on 6 seatbelts? Reading the story will explain that. For mine shafts, it says, if you have ever wondered who is thinking of sending 8 grains of rice to Algeria, this book will tell you.
Algeria mentioned!
What piece of leather
Algeria mentioned.
Yo!
What piece of leather is probably more important than any politician that has ever lived? This book will tell you. Why Miss Enty could not put a pacifier in baby Gomer's mouth. Reading the story will explain.
Gomer?
Yes, there is a character called Gomer in this.
Also, where did Jem go? Is Jem okay?
I don't know. Jem's been quiet for a while.
Jem
Is muted. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I know. Jem just don't have a lot to say about Fred, I guess. Also, let's see. Oh, here's a decimals.
It is pretty difficult to comprehend the world.
I guess so. This is a decimals.
Comprehend Fred. Fred and.
Fredprehend.
Yeah. One afternoon and evening with our 5-year-old hero, and you will learn why they no longer play football at Kittens at University, how to escape from the children's circle, what to order at the 5100th Avenue Steakhouse, everything you need to begin pre-algebra. Oh, I also noticed some of the many apocryphal rave reviews. Well done, Fred! Fred Gauss Fan Club. Well done, Fred! Recommendation, Cannibal Cookbook. Well done, Fred! Text message from Oil Drilling Company. Also, if you're curious about the reviews on the fractions one, it's all here. Tons of math, King Solomon, Euripides, Smokey the Bear, and a discussion of the subjunctive mood. A complete education from Stan's mom. And Fred is the only one in history to trade Marky, Bismarck, Willie, William the Conqueror, and Julie, Julius Caesar, for Florence Nightingale, former history teacher, now math teacher. And then to cap it off with pre-algebra 0 with physics, Fred does physics before algebra. Learn how ducks and cows pronounce moo differently, why no one can weigh 55 kilograms, how Kingy could move a safe that Superman couldn't. Kingy's a different character, don't worry about it. And even some elementary physics. Some of the many reviews. Computation of static friction, Kelvin temperature scale, massive 1 iron atom, Cavalier's principle, Christina Rossetti's poetry, proof of the buoyancy formula, whether an 80-pound rubber ducky will float, how to stay underwater for an hour without special gear. We aren't dead because ice floats. Second-order partial differential equations and wave-particle duality, computation of resistors in parallel. Why 588 nm is a very nice yellow. Orbital magnetic quantum numbers to describe electron subshells. All this in a physics book for students who have not yet studied algebra. That is impossible! Old-fashioned physics teacher. My boy did it. He wrote the book. I'm so proud of him. Stan's mom. The author for these books, by the way, is Stanley F. Schmidt. So, yeah. Maybe I'll read some of the other ones I have at a later time, but probably not on the podcast because I don't want to make multiple episodes out of it. But that was Fred.
That was
Fair
a
enough.
Fred.
I'm
very sad that Fred unfortunately passed away in the 9/11 attack.
It's truly tragic.
Lots of smoke and soot everywhere. I wish the nose could have fended off the first plane.
Yeah, it is
But
very sharp after all.
don't ask about the second. It is very sharp. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
The second plane has
And then I
hit the
cross my arms and
ground.
look at my coworker as the a second knife has hit the bread.
It's like it's not even hit the Fred.
Wow.
Cross my arms, look at my coworker while the knife heads towards the fucking window. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
That shit ain't nothing to me, man.
This.
Oh man,
What a
what a
journey
fantastic episode.
What a journey we've went on. I hope if you watched this far, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out Life is Fred. It's
Ever.
God, after the first half of this fucking episode, I don't think anyone will. But you know, if y'all made it,
I
please
think
do.
this is a
We
great
really.
there's
episode.
no way.
This is a
that
top tier episode.
It is. And it truly
Onion
is.
ring. It rang. I'm picking it up. Hello.
Yo, if the monkey brain ring,
My foot hurts.
You pick
That's
up.
the monkey ring ring or you bring up.
I picked it up. They said their foot hurts.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. Say bye, everyone.
Thank you.
'Cause we don't got anything else to talk about.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Jim's gonna come back
Bye.
and
Bye-bye.
they're gonna be like,
Well-
"Oh, you ended the episode." It's alright. Well, it is what it is. See you
Bye
next time.
bye.